It's a race against time. Rescue workers in Izmir are trying to find survivors in the rubble of a collapsed building. Suddenly, cheers from the crowd. Someone was found, but others were unable to escape. I thought that the ground had shattered. You can't think in that moment. All you can try to do is get out. Everything was collapsing around us. Our building stayed intact, but we were really panicked and managed to get out at the last minute. This is a family home on the 15th floor of an apartment building in Izmir when the earthquake hit. The quake struck deep in the ground beneath the Aegean Sea. It was followed by dozens of aftershocks, with tremors felt as far away as Athens and Bulgaria. I was in my shop. I was talking with someone. It felt like we were on a road. It started to shake. While I was watching our building shake, I saw this one collapse. A small-scale tsunami flooded the streets in some districts, sending debris inland and causing further damage. The Greek island of Samos also suffered casualties, damage, and flooding, with the foreign leaders of both nations pledging to help one another. Seismologists have warned that potentially powerful aftershocks could be expected for several weeks to come.
And let's cross now to Turkey, where DW correspondent Dorian Jones is standing by. Dorian, how's the rescue operation going?
Well, rescue efforts are still continuing after a long night. All efforts are now focusing on these collapsed buildings. There's painstaking work of carefully removing the rubble to find, looking for survivors in these buried, collapsed buildings. Over 70 people have so far been rescued. According to Turkey's defense, Turkey's quake management agency, 4 out of the 17 buildings that have collapsed have now been cleared. Now, those efforts have been hampered by severe aftershocks, which runs a risk of not only killing people trapped in the buildings, but also the rescue workers. Efforts are being redoubled. More people are turning up onto the scene to help with those efforts, which are expected to continue throughout the day.
Now, Dorian, Turkey's no stranger to strong earthquakes. Why are there still so many buildings that are not quake-proof?
Well, that indeed is a big question being asked. Once again, after a powerful quake, we've seen apartment blocks just collapse into heaps of rubble. A leading Turkish seismologist, Dr. Ahmet Ercan, said, "Why is it only the poor that are buried in the rubble? You never see rich people's buildings collapsing." And again, questions have been asked over the quality of buildings in Turkey. Now, after the powerful earthquake of 1999 in the provincial city of Izmir, just outside Istanbul, new strict regulations have been enforced, and also a program of strengthening buildings. But given the fact that Turkey has a large amount of old housing stock, this is proving a challenging task. But again, the quake in Izmir underlines how important it is.
Now, Greece has also been affected by the earthquake, and its relationship with Turkey is, well, strained, to say the least. Are both countries working together now?
Well, we have seen an apparent breakthrough in the escalating tensions. The Greek Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, spoke just after the quake with the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, offering his condolences and saying, despite our differences, this is a time to stand together. And President Erdogan reciprocated, thanking him the message and saying that they are ready to offer assistance to Greece, which also was affected by this quake. But in 1999, we saw similar gestures by both countries' leaders, and it did lead to a sustained period of rapprochement. But the situation today seems to be very different. Both countries' leaders have very different agendas. agendas. But I think that the hope now, at least, is that at least it offers a pause in the rising escalation between the two countries. Other than that, I think most people expect until these big issues are resolved between the countries, there won't be any breakthrough.
All right, Dorian, thanks very much for the update. DW's Dorian Jones in Istanbul.